Hi guys, welcome. How are you guys doing today? Good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? Hi guys, welcome. Good morning. I'm just staging what I would like to share with you guys this morning. Welcome. Still not staging. Okay, I'm having some. Good morning, Annette. How are you? Welcome in. Good morning. It's just your night here right now. I'm just setting up the screen here for you. Okay, it is working now. All right. Let me fix myself on here. And here I am. All right. Welcome. Hi, Annette. How are you doing this morning? Welcome. Happy Sunday. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good. I'm a little bit better. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. After I take those pain meds, I feel much better. All right. Okay, so let's get this show on the road, my darling. All right, so it's good that you're doing good. I'm feeling a lot better right now. And let me just get the Sunday talks. A peaceful Sunday morning feels like a gentle hug from the universe. It's that calm pause when life slows down and gratitude fill the air. Sharing good morning clue blessing, cute blessings, sorry. Sharing good morning cute blessings helps spread warmth, kindness, and faith among loved ones. Have a calm Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. All right. So with that being said, Annette, so before we jump into the meat of the matter with Amber, I have you seen the skit with Brody and his daughter? That was really a disappointing skit to watch. I couldn't believe that the dad and his investors, so he called a friend of his, right? A business partner, because he has deep pocket, and I think they should make billions on this. Thank you, darling. That was lovely. The peaceful Sunday morning. Yeah. Thank you, darling. And when I saw that thing with Brody this morning, And I said to myself, I was so flabbergasted by what he said to his daughter. The man looked so creepy, regardless if he looked creepy or not. But still, the point is, his daughter comes for him to go and both of them go and have dinner together. And the creepy man, businessman, decided, said, "Oh, I want her." And he said, "Oh, excuse me." And he got to his daughter and says, "Can you go out to dinner with this man so I can close the deal? And how much do you want? I will pay. I'll sell it to you now." That's a horrible father. I'm so happy that I'm not Zashri told Mr. Brody, her dad, that she's not a prostitute. I don't wrong her. And I hope she doesn't give in to her dad's demand. Right. He was despicable. He's trying to pimp Zashri out. That is not good. So the dad is horrible, just as bad as Angelina. Well, Angelina doesn't like Zashri, and now it shows that the dad surely doesn't love his daughter either, because how can you live in a I think it's a townhouse or whatever house they live in, right? And the miss that's Angelina, and your daughter comes to you and say, "Mom, I need to save some money so I can purchase myself a home." Right on it. Good morning, sis. Welcome in. And the mom would look at her daughter and tell her no, she can't stay there. But mark my word, if that was Shayla, Angelina would have tell Shayla, "Oh, yes, dear, you can come there because me sure no, it's not one bedroom house that they live in." And Angelina let her daughter, Zash, the youngest one, go to live with the father, mistress. That is so unacceptable. And now, this poor Zashri, the dad is trying to pimp her out. So she don't get love from either side, from her mom nor her dad. That is so horrible. The love of money, just like how Anthony loved money. I wonder if Anthony was in Mr. Brody's shoes, if he would have done something like that. What do you guys think? Mm, oh boy. And then now we're gonna jump into the yes, what do you guys think? Does Mr. Brody love his child? All I know, I was just shocked. I was so disappointed in Mr. Brody this morning. I saw. Mm, mhm. You can never love your child and do such a thing. Yeah. Welcome everyone, Andrea is saying. Yeah, Brody and Angelina are evil, definitely on it. They're definitely evil. My goodness, please hit the like button, guys. It's just the two of us, so we will just have a wonderful life. All right. Okay, so now we are going to start with this little thing here, our Amber. And let me just fix that screen good so Amber can fit on the screen with me. Let's see, yes. So Amber went to see Wayne, and Amber is becoming the best liar on this face of the earth. Wayne knows Amber just like how she knows Wayne. Amber, he asked her, "Who are you cheating with?" She said she not. She looked straight in his eyes and said she's not cheating. So we are going to watch this together, and then we're going to comment as we go along with it. All right.
free because I do what I want to. You don't know what I'm talking about. I would love to do a crime with you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Girl, you're a good life.
Whatever, Wayne.
I ain't gonna lie. You know, not to get in your business or whatever, but you do feel your energy. You do feel better when you're doing what you want to do. That's what I always try to tell you when it comes to me. Like my energy is so free because I do what I want to do.
Yes, your energy is always very refreshing.
But I just want to let you know.
Wayne energy is very refreshing. Amber is still moving reckless, pure lies on this Sunday afternoon. Yes, over you have afternoon, I have morning. Yes, 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 Annette. She's still lying. And regardless if she tell Wayne, it is going to be all over. Now he says whatever she's doing, she must make sure it goes on the podcast. But I don't like how Amber is moving. She's not hearing a word what nobody's saying. But the word of wisdom we're gonna hear from Wayne as we go along here. Let me see if anybody have any comments. Let's see, you voted there. And okay, thank you. All right, so we'll do this one. Wayne told her, where's the thing? Is Wayne correct? Letting Amber knows. Oh, I am here typing away, darling, and I didn't even look at the screen. So let's get this up where we can see much better. Let's see. Mm. Okay, so I'm trying to get this. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong too. Okay, so my question to you guys is when correct in his advice when he told I wonder okay, maybe that's too much word when he said when he said every action of consequences. SequenceS. Yes, consequences. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying here. So and it says, remember, Amber is still moving reckless for your lives on this Sunday afternoon, definitely. Hi, Alexis. She says, Wayne is not dumb. No, he's not. Andrea says, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, darling. And it says, Wayne knows that Amber is mine. Yes, he does. So we're going to go back over and we're.
I don't know what you're doing. Well, I kind of know what you're doing because you're doing something.
I'm not doing anything.
I always remember it ain't what you're doing. It's how you do it too.
Mhm.
What does that mean?
Because you dealing with another man,
I'm not.
you had a chance to get out of that divorce.
I'm trying
Plain.
to.
Wayne is totally correct there. Wayne says, you had every chance to get out of that divorce. That means the first time. And she decided to go back because she told Wayne that there is no decent man out there. So she went back and she took back Anthony. And she left that door open. She never put any boundaries or any consequence in place. So now, Amber, after, as she said, God told her to forgive him. So if God told you to forgive your husband and to forgive Sheila, oh, and you accept the baby, oh, in God's name, you are going to say now that you want a divorce now. And when you really listen to what Wayne is saying, let me see if you guys will be able to pick up the nuggets that he's dropping at her. But right now it's going here and it's coming there because she is so busy in the flesh right now and she is not listening. And Marianne says Wayne is 100% correct, but she doesn't have to tell her business to Wayne or anyone else. The day of the week doesn't matter. Okay. All right, Marianne. Thank you for that. And then let me go back over here.
I'm
The
trying
first,
to right
the first
now.
time, but I'm saying just make sure whatever you're doing, that's what you really want. Because everything comes with a consequence.
Yes,
Mhm.
and I really want out of my marriage. Right.
And when it's absolutely correct, she saw Dave and she decided, says she wants out of her marriage because of what's out there and she wants Dave. And she decided, says, okay, I'm going to get a divorce. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So whatever happened inside the house, Amber should have let it stays there. And Amber is playing a very dangerous game. So when he's telling her, says, if every action have consequences, you see what Brooklyn did? Before we start with Brooklyn did, we're going to talk about Bethany. Bethany overheard Brooklyn telling her boyfriend, was talking to her boyfriend that she's going to, he was talking about doing it on prom night. Bethany overheard, so she was being proactive, and a lot of people was saying Bethany was wrong for taking Brooke to get the birth control. When if you really put yourself in Bethany's place, she has Brooke when she was small, and she helped raise Brooke with her husband because she's her stepmom, and she loves Brooke, right? So now, is she hearing something? At least Bethany was being proactive. But then again, she also have a mom and a dad. So what Bethany should have done, the proper way was to go to her husband instead of she taking her stepdaughter to the wherever to pick up a pack of birth control off the drugstore to get a birth control. She could have even what Bethany could have also done. She could have even gone to the doctor's office. She don't have to tell Larry because they are married. Good morning, Gigi. And she welcome in, and she could have just simply said, take her to the family doctor and says, look here, my daughter is thinking of having sex, and I'd rather have my stepdaughter, um, protected. I don't want her to have any, you know what I mean, unwanted child. She's still in school, and I want her to whatever. So if I'm the stepmom, that's what I would have done because she's living with me. and she's a female, and I am doing, maybe that's exactly what Bethany mom did with her, right? And then Wayne, not Wayne, I'm looking at Gigi, sorry, Gigi. So the audience, some people are with what Bethany did, and some are against what Bethany did. Bethany could have even go to her husband also and tell him, or if she wasn't in any combative situation with Shara, she could have just called Shara and says, "Look here, Shara, I overheard a conversation with Brooke. I think we should be proactive. I think you should book an appointment to still take her to the doctors, right?" And she could have done that, right? But instead of she's doing that, when everybody says it wasn't her place, people get angry at her. And if Brooklyn is pregnant, guys, what's gonna happen is that Bethany is gonna say, and I tried to prevent it, and look what happened. I told you guys, right? So every action have a consequences. Brooklyn went away and took more with the family, with her aunt and her, and she and Isaiah did it. He didn't know what he was doing. Yesterday, a protection at her mother's house. That when the father went to go get Lynette out of jail, what happened? Brooke was at her mother. They didn't want the children then to stay with Bethany, so they stayed at the mother's house, her birth mother's house. When the mother isn't there, Brooke invited the boy over. He decided that he's not gonna. He doesn't want to use no condom. He wants to go raw. And she says, and she knows Brooke has sense. And this is how a lot of young female these things happen to. They says, okay, things will never happen to me. She says, okay, I'll do it this once without protection. But now, if you ever come back near me again, I'm going to not do it. So you better make sure you have it. Right? And guys, yesterday, Brooke was sitting in front of her computer talking to Google, or if it's chat GBT, I'm not sure. And she is 7 days late, and she's reading all the symptoms. She said, "Oh yes, I'm stressed." She's convincing herself that she's under a lot of pressure. So she's stressed out. So that is why her period is 7 days late. So every action have a consequences. So that is Brooke consequences. I hope she isn't. And now Wayne is telling Amber. So you know what, guys? It looks like, welcome in, Tina. It looks like they are going to make Amber pregnant. They look like they are recycling. This is my opinion. It look like they are recycling what Shayla did with Anthony. And now they are going to make Amber do that to Anthony. Because he's saying, I just pick up that little nugget. Every action has a consequence. Consequence. People is really going to hate. So they're doing this now. It looks like it's a reversal. And they really want the audience to love Shayla. But if they keep on breaking down Amber like that, so now they want the E to come off of Shayla, because in Shayla real life, that's her real name. She can't go out. People are saying horrible things to the real person, not the character what playing a part, because Shayla plays her villain part very well. And a lot of people is not going to be happy. So it looks like they're going to have Amber pregnant and she doesn't know who the daddy is. And that is going to be unacceptable. So it looks like, I'm not calling it, I'm just saying it could go that way. I'm just saying something. It's not made in stone, and I'm going to see what you guys are saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but they're saying consequences. And the only consequences we could think of is either they're going to make Amber pregnant for Dave, or Amber going to lose her bag from getting her 50th birthday from her divorce. You understand what I'm saying? So no, I'm not feeling very good about this one bit. But the only thing I could think of, the t-shirt, God has the plan. All right. So let me take some comments here, and then we'll watch the rest of the thing. will speak on it. Okay, so I'll start from here. I think I read it already, but I'll read it again. So Marian says, Wayne is 100% correct, but she doesn't have to tell her business to Wayne or anyone else. The day of the week doesn't matter. And then Andrea says, but why Wayne question Amber when he just broke up with Tamera without warning? He broke her heart. Yes, he did. And I think the reason why, you guys have to look at everything. Remember, we're trying to pick out the nuggets, right? I think when he found out, when Anthony come to him and think Amber was there, he saw the perfect opportunity when Tamera just says he wants to put a ring on the ring finger. And he make every excuse just to break up with her because Amber is the one that got away. So he's making sure that he is free to cross through Amber. You see what I'm saying? You guys have to look at everything. Maybe this is a script filler here, maybe, but we still have to look at the pieces that they're throwing at us. Or maybe they're trying to show us off. All right, guys, so keep that in mind also. So maybe he broke up with Tamera so he could have access to Amber when the divorce comes through. Because he told her at the end, when the divorce, let me be aware of it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, sis. And Gigi says, good morning, Sharon and chat. Happy Sunday to everyone. And Marian says, but Dave is not encouraging her to get a divorce. Dave actually has told her that nothing is greener, but Amber herself is moving by the flesh. Definitely. We all know that, and you're absolutely correct. We all know that says the grass is never greener on the other side. And I'm going to say this, but don't come for me. I didn't like the fact that he's telling Amber why you put your contacts in. I told you not to. I didn't like that part with him last night. Yesterday when he says that to Amber, and it looks like they're gonna change his character. He coming in, we don't know much about him. We only see that he was speaking word to her, but still, if you know God and you know that she's still married, you should wait. Her flesh is leading her, but he should be more stronger because he's the man, right? And he could have just tell her, says, not right now. But then again, the flesh is weak. So no matter what, he's still human, right? So we can't blame him either, right? You're getting it, and I guess man can't say no, I guess. Not all men is strong enough to refuse a woman when they're naked, I guess. Okay, so here goes. So Gigi say, Wayne needs to mind his own business. Thank you, G. And Gigi say, I still don't like Dave. He doesn't respect Amber's marriage. No, he doesn't. And I don't think he respects her either because he says he wants a woman that is honest and you know who he wants to marry. And then he asks her if she wants to marry. And he says, he knows. He asks her and she says no. So Andrea says, I agree with you, Sharon. Thank you, Andrea. And Marian says, even though Amber says she's not looking for anything on the other side or looking for a marriage, again, she's still going about things the wrong way. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct, Marian. And Gigi says, I understand people in 2026 will date a married person and believe the lies of we're separated. I'm getting a divorce. Yep, a lot of people will do that because in their mind, they think that married person is going to leave the other person and get a divorce when they are not. They have no intention of getting a divorce. That happened to my friend, and the man never got a divorce. He went back to his wife when she couldn't take no more. She said him, she threw his stuff them out and said, that's it. He or she been with that man. He always have some excuse. But my advice is to you guys now. Young people, I hope they are watching this and see that although it's happening in a script that is a comedy that we supposed to not take seriously, it does parallel in real life also. That's what we have to take into consideration by watching these things. These are teaching moments for people that going through things, you know what I mean? And it can also be triggering for people who are religious or not into this kind of things, you know what I mean? And just like Pam, prime example, Pam, in the script here, Brody is married to Angela, become more than just being a life coach And he keep on promising they get a house. He didn't buy her the house, he rented a house, and they live in the house. And he keep on promising her that he's working on it, but he never work on it. And she get fed up and move out, but then it looks like she gone back. So it is what it is. Just prime example. Gigi, I hope Brooke isn't pregnant. This is just a scare to wake her up. I really hope so. Star says every action has consequences except for Anthony and Sheila. Exactly, Angelina and Wayne. Wayne is full of it. He's just making excuses for what they are about to write for Amber to lose again. Yes, yes, Star, you are absolutely right. Everybody else can win except Amber. She'll only just have a few likes and they give us one skit with her being happy. And then the other 100 skip, the other 99 skits, she is broken again, 1 million time again. I don't care if our ranges want to be all over the place, then can get another actress. They must can do something nice with that. Really and truly. I totally agree. And Marianne says, I hope Brooke isn't pregnant either, but it happens soft head makes a soft mind, soft behind. Yes, yes, Marian, so true. You are absolutely correct there. And Tina says, good morning, Sharon, and good morning, beautiful. Gigi says, Sharon, if Bethany doesn't respect Brooke, if she does come up pregnant, that's when Larry will really tell her he wants a divorce. I hope, but you know all they write in Bethany. And I think they give her that role to be a racist. But you can, although she don't even know she's a racist. I want them to change her, and now it looks like it would be nice if she doesn't say, well, she's gonna say yes. You know, we parents, we're gonna say yes, I told you so, and she would. It better she don't say it to the child, tell the dad and the mother that, but not the child. I want Bethany to be understanding to Brooke because even Brooke was upset at her. But Brooke is smart. So if you're smart and you notice it's always the smart kid that always gets in trouble. It's not the dumb one. It's not the one. Look at what's her name? I can't remember her cousin name right now. Look at her. They're all said, oh, she's a bad seed, whatever, and the twins. But look at somebody who is smart, but no, she have a mouth on her that nobody can take because the parents them let she get into the adult conversation. No respect, you know what I mean, motive. But when it comes to her own self worth, she is going to make a boy dictate that she can't use protection. And now he's trying to get out of going to prom with her because he wanted to have sex with her on prom. So since he get it already, he doesn't need to go to prom with her. Typical, typical, typical. That's very sad. Please like, share, and subscribe to Sharon. Thank you. Thank you, Tina, darling. And it's really hard when we look at these skits. And as I said, we have to try to remember that they are skits, something we are watching for entertainment purposes. But these things does happen in real life, and they are quite triggering. Amber knows that every action has consequences. That taught her that. As a matter of fact, she told Anthony that, yes, Marianne, she did. But right now, she don't remember. Yes, let me tell you, smart people not thinking because look there. Dave is her business partner. Yesterday, she could have said to Trey, I'm out with my business partner. She didn't have to say she was out on a date, right? And then now she's going to keep a secret from Ernestine with Dave, with me, mean with Trey. That's mind-boggling. Gigi says if Amber comes up pregnant, it will probably be Dave babies, unless she's a few months pregnant. It's a Dalton baby, yes. And I think it will be a Dalton baby, but because she went, but she won't know for sure until she do the DNA test. That's what I'm thinking gonna happen. And the only way I said that it's gonna be a Dalton baby, it's because when Shayla said to her, says, are you pregnant? And she goes, I'm just having hot flash, right? So I think if they're gonna write the pregnancy in the storyline, it would be a Dalton baby, but they're going to make her not know that she was pregnant unless when they do the ultrasound will let her know how far along she is. Then she will know definitely it's not for Dave. But it's going to be an eye opening, and I guess that is when God is gonna have his plan activated that Anthony gonna become have there where when he have his redemption and repentance and become a changed man eventually. He will have the power of forgiveness to forgive his wife because he will blame himself. He pushed her to that. I wonder if it will come to that. I'm really wondering how they're gonna write that storyline. It's keep on, you know what I mean? I'm wondering what you guys think. So let's stop the talking and just read the comment and right, let's see what you guys are saying. Amber is still acting out of revenge towards Anthony. With the pregnancy, I wonder if Amber will say Dave is the father instead of Anthony. Anything is possible, but with God, all things are possible, so we hope not. Let's hope not. Let's hope not, guys. Good morning. I wonder if she comes up pregnant, she will have remorse then. Because you know that it's going to be something really, really significant that we didn't see coming. Like how they make her caught and Anthony and Shayla. You know what I mean? And even when she take back Anthony and Shayla was banging on the door. So maybe something totally different than what we're saying. So we'll see. Let's see how them play it, if they play it the right way. Because if God have a plan, they have to change Anthony and they have to change Amber. And Amber has to come to Jesus moment seriously. Good morning, Sabrina. Welcome in. And Andrea says, but when the parents find out, they should take her to the doctor instead of they were arguing with Bethany. Exactly. Exactly, Andrea. That's what they should have done with Brooke. They should have taken her to the doctor, but no. Oh, my baby won't do that, so she don't need protection. They should have, but they dropped the ball. Larry and Shara dropped the ball. At least Bethany was proactive. Gigi says, but Sharon, I don't think she slept with Anthony in 2 weeks or more. But remember, she did sleep with Anthony when she meet up with Shayla. Because she did give it to him, and then another time when he wanted it, she was going to do it again. And he says, I don't want no pity, whatever, no pity loving. Remember, Gigi? Yeah. Please like, share. I don't think she knows that she is anyway. Please subscribe to Sharon Review. Thanks. Thank you, Tina. And Gigi says, Sharon, it's always a positive. Then when God has a plan. Yes. It is always be positive. Yeah. Gigi says, Tamera was listening to Shayla and she was nitpicking and whining about so many things to Wayne. It was getting on his nerves and she was overstepping. You have a point there. I honestly believe that Wayne and Tamera are going to get back together. I hope so. I really hope so. Because Lauren and Shayla will definitely be putting their bid in. And maybe Eva Carly ready. You never know. Good morning, Eleni. How are you? Come on in. I want to see Amber back with Wayne. They are good as friends. No, I want her back with her husband. But you have a point. You have a point. I think that's why they free up Wayne right now. So it's gonna be Wayne, Anthony, or Dave. But for them to say God have a plan. What is the plan? Is it for her to be with Wayne? Is it for her to be with Dave? Or is it for her to be with Anthony? We don't know. That's the multi-billion question there, guys. Sharon Anthony already tell Amber, if that was him, he would not accept a baby. I know, Andrea, but remember, with God, all things are possible. Anthony have to learn to forgive himself. He has to learn to know how to be a husband, how to run his household, because he is the head of the house. You put God first, and then you're the head of the house. So Anthony have to come to Jesus moment. And I think him also should get some counseling. And right now, Amber is far away from God. And I didn't see them in church this morning, neither me. So we need to get back into the word. You don't even have to go there because the church is this, your body. And you read your Bible, you get up, you read your Bible, you can go into the house of the Lord and have fellowship. Yeah, yeah, you guys agree? Yeah. Thank you, Ange, for that. You're not wrong there. And Gigi says, Antoinette, that's really would be a revenge on Anthony if Amber tells him that Dave is the father of her child. Oh my God, it would be for sure. And I'm wondering because, guys, remember when Anthony went to Wayne? And I'm here saying, what? Where does Anthony think Amber would be? In the treetops or under the chair with Wayne or in the bedroom or where? And he has a girl, Tamera. So I'm here wondering if Amber was there, would he still say to Wayne, says, this is, would he fight Wayne for his wife? I'd love to see that. So I'm dying for him to meet Dave. But if he meets Dave, will he still want Amber? That's all we're going to see the power of God work, if that's all they work in it. So right now, I am wondering, is God plan Amber to get nothing? But God is, you know what I mean? She gets nothing and she goes with Dave if Dave will still want her. Or if she's so destitute and have to come to Jesus moment and then she and Wayne end up together. I like to hear what you guys say. Let's see what you guys are saying. Wayne and Tamera will be back together real soon. Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Good morning, Andrea. Tina is saying happy Sunday. Hi, Gigi. So everybody is just ailing up each other. And Gigi says, Sabrina, I agree. I don't believe Amber sees Wayne in a romantic way anymore. Let's wait and see when she find out he's not with Tamera. Then we'll make the final decision. All right, guys? I agree with you guys. But remember, they can do things. Maybe they're just showing us off right now, right? It looks like Wayne is going after. Of course he is. That's what I think, Andrea. That's exactly what I think. He said to her, let me know when you get the divorce. Because Amber is the one that got away. And that song that he wrote for Amber, he says, if I'd known, I would not have let you go on to him. Wayne still loves Amber. And that night at the game night at Shayla's, Wayne actually poured his heart up to her. And I believe him every single word he says. But she have her head elsewhere. Please subscribe to Sharon Review. Thank you, Tina. And Gigi and Tina says, hi, Gigi. Welcome in, Tina. Tina S, good morning. Andrea says, welcome. Please like, subscribe. Thank you, Ange. And Twyla says, hi, you all. Hi, beautiful. Come on in. And Gigi says, Sharon, I agree. I don't understand why the writer loves to keep Amber character down. She needs happiness. Even if she gets pregnant, I want it to be her husband, baby. Me too. But it's going to be for Anthony, but they're going to have some complication. It's not going to be cut and dry, or we think it's going to be cut and dry. Guys, that's why I says we need to have our Kleenex nearby because we will be crying with Amber. Trust me on that. Let's play back the words. I know you guys seen this already, but
make sure you want out, because you want out. Don't make sure, you know what I'm saying, that you just trying to let somebody influence you to get out. Like, if you want out, you want out. But don't let it be.
guys, let me go back around here. Let me just ask you guys this, and you just end up there. Close that poll. Is it closed? Okay, so if Wayne correct and you guys says yes, 94% of you guys says thank you guys for that. We're gonna be honest with ourselves. We're gonna comment on what we are seeing. So I need you guys to just tell me what you think going on in this scene here. He's saying to her, and we have to be truthful and honest. Amber saw Dave. And whatever was happening inside our house, did she leave it inside our house? And the reason why Amber wants this divorce is not Dave telling her, is Amber doing this because of Dave? Yes. Oh, let me get the keyboard back on top here. Is Amber doing this because of Dave? Does she really want that divorce? Do you think this oh oh Lord. Okay. And we be honest. Just be honest. What we are seeing happening right now in the skit. So is it because of Dave, Amber actually tell Anthony she wants the divorce? Just be honest. Yes, we know there was a strong attraction between both of them. Yes, we know that. So let me read your guys' comment. Let me see. Did I read? Yeah. Okay. Sharon, I agree. I don't. And okay, so I read that one. Read that one. Unpopular opinion. Amber still loves her husband. Yes, she does. That's why she's having flashback of the pain he put her through. Yes, yes, Tina. Yes, Gigi. I believe so because I was really taken aback when I was seeing her doing that and we're having the flashback while she's doing that, right? And I don't think she should have. He should have realized something is not right with her and stopped her. But again, when a man is that arose, they're not thinking logically. Do you think they're gonna change Dave's character? That's the next question I should ask you guys. I am waiting to see the outcome of the decision dinner today. Lynette will be there. Yes, I was gonna speak on that one also. Good afternoon, Sharon and chat. Good afternoon, Diane. I Tina, welcome in. And Gigi says there has been so many teenager pregnancies since the 80s. Baby boom and Brooke is displaying what has happened to many young girls. Yes, yeah. I think that Bethany is going to have to truly lose everything. It rock bottom before she respect anything. I like that, Twyla. That's a good idea. That's a great point. Gigi says Amber really is acting like Anthony. He moved reckless, just like she's moving reckless. Yes. And remember, she says she become him. So she's actually telling him what she's doing, and she actually wears. You know what gets me, Gigi, is the fact that Amber wore that trench coat into come back home for her husband to see her in the trench coat and know she wasn't wearing anything underneath that. She should have a change of clothes before she go home. Or even stop at the store and get herself something. Tina, I'm waiting on Lynette. Yes. I am waiting on that one too. Amber is selfish. Yes, she's being selfish right now. Yes. When did Shayla ask Amber, was she pregnant? Okay, okay. I'll try and see if I can pull up that. Which one was it? I will try see if I can get it and show it at 4:30. All right, Gigi. Yeah. So that is why I said it's going to be Anthony's, but Amber is not going to really think of it until she do the ultrasound. Then they'll be able to tell her how far along she is. All I can say is it's gonna take God. Yes, Twyla, definitely. And Tina says, Carlado, yes, it will be rice. Yes, it will be a sight. I wonder will it comes to Larry. Tell Bethany he wants a divorce. We'll see. He's a weakling. Good morning, Dion. Gigi says to the and Carla says, Amber can play any role and she will always come on top. Sometimes you have to lose to win. Definitely. You have to. And while I said revenge is overrated at this point, Amber needs to realize that her sin is no better than Anthony at this point. She exactly, and right now she not thinking clearly, and she actually telling herself because she's with a man that knows her very well. That guy there knows her very well, and he knows when she's lying. She holding her hand, she itching her head. You know what I mean? Yeah. The strange thing is why wasn't Brody taken to the no oh, the strange thing is why wasn't Brooke taken to the doctor when she turned about 14 years old? A good point. And Tina says, but it's not all, you know what, G? It's not all parents does that take them child to the doctor to for that because I was never been taken to the doctor. Is when I was on my own, I took myself to the doctor. I go to the doctor gave me birth control, and I wasn't even active then. Yeah. So Tina says, Gigi, they're having a lunch podcast meeting when Shayla asks her, I believe, Amber mentioned menopause. I am not mistaken. Yes, you're right. That's when, yeah, that is the first time when she and Shayla, she meet up with Shayla and Shayla asks her she not paying and she says no. She Shayla want Amber to pay for it and Amber did it and Shayla said, oh, you're leaving me with it? Okay, I'll use, yeah. Was it that she'll use both? No, that one was with Tamera. But yes, when Amber met with her the first time. Amber always had the argument that she was the perfect wife after the marriage, but now look at her now. Exactly. She has fallen from grace. She's fallen right off the wall and crack her head. Good morning, Errol. Sharon, how are you doing today with your beautiful and blessed family? Did you notice Dave did not introduce Amber to his friends yesterday? Yes, I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that. Gigi says, Sharon, I am in agreement. I want Amber back with her husband. Of course, I want Anthony to change and accept God in his Lord and Savior. Treat his wife with respect that she deserves and set boundaries. Definitely, Gigi, I'm with you on this 100% on this. This is an excellent, excellent idea. And I hope they're not going to make Amber run rampage until next year because I don't think the audience can hold her for much longer. Because in my comment, I'm getting you guys telling me some people are saying, no, we need the God have a plan egg to be speed up immediately, you know what I mean? But God has a plan, it will take slowly brewing, but boy, we hope it's not slowly brewing like Shayla Karma because they said Shayla one is slowly cooking, but boy, the pressure cooker there. As Terian says, need to fix, we need to order a new part. But that, you know, guys, I have to be honest with you. When we were watching the skit, and it was my real reaction to see because I'm here telling you guys, says no, Amber is just tell me that she's dreaming when she actually did it, you know? And I was right. If the first time when Anthony stopped her, and then the guy you know what I mean, he got turned off, so he stopped. But this the second time, what did Amber did? She say, okay, you stop me, I'm gonna make sure you don't stop this time. And she went dressed. So I'm here saying, please let it be a dream. But then you guys let me know, say, no, Sharon, look at the follow-up skit. And when we look at the follow-up skit, it the next morning, it was not a dream. No, you guys says, Sharon, look at the and when I look at it, it wasn't. She was actually, you know what I mean? And I was very disappointed. But then I remember you did call it. So stop. Don't be disappointed. You saw it and you called it and you were right. And we were right, guys. We called that. Although a lot of people didn't want to call it, but we did. And now for Wayne to say for every action is a consequence because he says here, Wayne says, make sure you want out. Don't let it be a reason, right? Don't let someone influence you. Oh yes, and him also mentioned that when you get spiritual, then so if somebody is influencing her and whatever she's doing, like how she's out there cheating, she's spiritually dead. And that is exactly what happening. Amber is spiritual dead. You don't see no God business going on her there. Amber doesn't look like she's in the word. Amber is in the flesh right now. So she's spiritually dead to the words, no matter what nobody wants to. She has to realize, be convicted. So it has to be something that gonna happen substantially for Amber to realize what she's doing. And we're gonna see when she come to God and crying to God to forgive her. Trust me, we're gonna see that. But I hope it's not too long because I don't think how much longer our fans them can take this because people will just stop watching altogether. But we just have to remember it's a skit and we just have to review it. We're just gonna have fun with it. So let's finish here what Wayne have to say.
A reason. You know what I mean? It's like, don't let something outside the house be the reason.
Yeah, don't.
That's what I'm saying. If something going on inside the house, you and Anthony ain't kicking, cool. But just make sure there ain't something outside the house, man, because that's when you get in spiritual debt. You know, it's like if a person want to make more money, it should be because they want to take care of what's inside the house. But if a person see a car, they ride by, man, I want that car one day. Man, don't let that be your motivation.
It's not.
You sure?
There's no. I asked Anthony for a divorce before there's anything, and there's nothing outside the house. You know, I think it's time for me to go. I need to leave.
There is something outside the house, and that is called Dave. Right, guys? His name is Dave. So let we go on. And see how she like, she couldn't even look him in the eye. She looked up above because she can't look him in the eye because he knows. Wayne knows Amber.
Stop looking at me like that.
I heard her.
No,
I'm saying
no,
you say
I was
before
just saying
anything.
I'm saying.
I don't want to do no crime with you because if you keep talking, you've been on, you scratching and everything, girl. Yeah, you telling yourself, I know it's something. Long we doing on that podcast, whatever happens, we're going to do it on that podcast. So, you know what? Matter of fact, you ain't got to tell me. Just tell the world when we get on the podcast, confess it for me on there. Because I will be on there with y'all sometimes pulling it out of you.
Yes, there's nothing to pull out.
So you see, guys, Amber telling herself. So now Wayne want to make money off of Amber sin. So the wages of sin is unalive, right? So I guess him need to make the 30 pieces of silver off of Amber miscoming, off of her consequences, right? So you see, we are here saying that it's gonna be Shayla can hold her head up high. It's gonna be Amber. How are they writing this thing, guys? Look at what they're doing. Amber. And we're saying, oh, we can't wait for the podcast. And they said, Amber fans can't wait for Shayla to go down. Look at it. Amber, I'm going to be the one. It's our Amber they're going to put to the slaughter on that podcast. Our body is the holy temple. We should feel it, feed it with God's word, and be fellowship with believers as going to church. Yes, definitely. And Errol says, God plan is to fix, not to destroy Amber. And Wayne know because of what Anthony did. Yes, Errol. And Carla says, these skits, and I enjoy watching this everyday life lesson to be learned as we go through life. Definitely. That is why a lot of people doesn't like the skit because it held truth. Some of these people are going through exactly what they're seeing portraying on there and they're not liking it one bit. Well, I and a lot of us have morals like me and you, and we're just not liking what we're seeing, and we are calling our girl out, say, Amber, please go to God, read your Bible, get back into your word, get back into your home. But no, Amber not hearing none of us right now. Amber, we really need you to stop what you're doing with Dave right now and just pick up the word. Start praying. Please, Amber, even call Pastor Chris, go see Mama Brenda. But you know what? This is Amber battle that she has to figure out on her own. And even Anthony, the father, give them advice. I know it's up to them to do what they need with that. Gigi says, Wainwright, I love being against Amber. She was Anthony's wife for over 3 years. God wouldn't leave her with nothing. I hope not, darling. But right now, to how they're doing it, when I saw when they make she do it with Dave, I have another inkling that okay, so now they are gonna try write the story like what they did with Sonny and her husband and Liz, right? And I says, my goodness, and look now. She tell Ernest that she says you can't read it to nobody. And she trusts Ernestine so much. And what did Ernestine did? She went and pillow talk with Trey. And now Trey have her secret and Trey blackmailed her and she accept that nonsense. Me sorry, but me have to tell Ernestine because Ernestine need to know. Wouldn't it be something to find out that Dave was ill? David died and didn't know it had found out after Amber got pregnant. LOL. Oh, let me read that back. Makes sense, Twyla. Wouldn't it be something to find out that Dave was like a David dad and didn't know it be found out after Amber got pregnant? LOL. That would be something. I like this take. Great minds think alike, pumpkin. That's very nice. I like it. And Gigi says, none of us see that coming. This can really happen for real. Tyler. Yeah. And then Gigi says, Wayne is just playing with Amber like he always does. He doesn't want to be serious with Amber. He wants Erica. Let's remember that part. Mm, I'm not sure if he wants Erica, but you could be right. You could be right. And it could also mean he has only contender now. So if you want Erica, then there's Imani. So the guy says he brought Imani. I don't know about it. So Imani coming for a reason, right? And then there's Tamera, Lauren, Shayla, and Foxy Red, Carly Red. Him have lots of option. Boy, that boy is really lucky if you ask me. And remember, Amber always wanted a child in her marriage, yes. So if Amber is pregnant, do you think she would still want to be with Anthony? I still like Amber, but I don't like how they keep changing her. I know they want us to turn against her right now. I want Amber with her husband, not Wayne. She still loves Anthony. Yeah, she does love him. And I really want Anthony to sign that paper to show that he does love her. I don't think she's doing this because of Dave Twyla says, okay, thank you. And yes, Errol says, I don't believe Amber is doing this because of Dave. He takes care of Shayla completely and he smelled like another woman perfume. Amber did not want to stick around for more cheating from Anthony. Right. I agree with you there, Gigi. Also add in there, Amber didn't have to cheat. She could have left with her head held high and said, I'm not like you. I'm not a dog like you and Shayla. But she just dirty up herself and get fleas, as Angelina would say. Sharon, do you think Tamera will consult Amber about the breakup? Do you think Tamera will take Shayla's advice and attempt to get her man back? Well, you guys tell me to watch it to the end, and I did at Tina. And when I look at it, it sounds like, oh, that let me just text my child to let the dog out. Okay, mama. Okay, I know you wants to be let out, but I'm doing my life. Okay, hold on. Let me call your brother to come take you out. One moment, guys, all right? I'll be, just give me 5 minutes. Let me just. Sorry about that. Yes. So, attempt Okay, let me read back that question. Sharon, do you think Tamera will consult Amber? Maybe she will, and maybe Amber will give her good advice. I hope Amber is not gonna want to go back to the to Wayne, because just don't get mad at me. So they are doing it. It's like they're going to make Amber be very naughty, extremely naughty. But let's see that they don't, because they're teaching us that God has a plan. So but we also have to look, you have to get worse before you get better, right? So think of it that way. And the second question you asked me, will she take Shayla's advice? Maybe she will, maybe she won't. I've noticed that Wayne, the truck, the white thing that she was driving is parking in his driveway, so I guess she sent it back. Yeah, so we'll see. Or maybe MAF too. You never know. But it's a possibility, Tina, that she will talk, either she talk to Amber and also take Shayla's advice. But let's see what will happen. And it says, Anthony is constantly wearing the t-shirt, God has a plan. The Dalton will be restoring with God grace and love. Baby Dalton is going to be a part of God's plan. Absolutely. That's why we have to say him talking about consequences. So is it the pregnancy or is it something else? So but we will see. Will they, maybe the consequences is gonna be the disgrace of Amber having an affair and Anthony. So maybe that's that. But then eventually she'll be pregnant with her husband child. Yeah. Let's just hope it goes that way instead of the other way. That says it's the baby and she doesn't know. Yes, Sharon. Yes, she wants the divorce because of her infatuation of Dave. Yes. Yes, Sabrina, I know you'd call that. Thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you. And there are problems before Dave. Yes, there were. Right now, Dave is showing a tie, and as I says, Amber has to do this. She did it, and she has to own it, and then she have to go to God with it to forgive her of her sins. Yeah, so she can't say it's just Anthony anymore. She's doing the same thing Anthony did, and her dad says, "I don't want you to be like him." Yeah, that's what her dad says. And Marianne says, Amber still thinks Anthony is cheating. She let him come back with no boundaries, but Anthony should have created some of those boundaries as well to establish trust again with his wife. Marianne, you're absolutely correct on that, and I like this answer. And you hear what the father said to Anthony, you're the head of the house. And he's not happy. He said, exactly how you run your business, that's how you take care of your own. And he can't make Amber one always have to wear the pants in the marriage. He need to step up as a man and protect his wife, provide for his wife, and don't show it in her face. You do something nice for her, just don't show it in her face. She don't deserve that. You understand? Mm. That's a nice, and then he needs to put the boundaries in place for sure, Marian. He has to establish trust, and I believe that. So with God as the plan, that has to work eventually. Gigi, if Larry asks her for a legal separation, I believe better will go to a psychiatrist and get some help just to keep her husband. It's there, let me double check and see if we have a new skit. Because honestly, I can't look at my Amber face right now. Amber just making me feel like me just want to cry. Mm. Okay, so here's oh no, that is 3 weeks ago. I thought that there was an Anthony skit. They said, oh, here is Anthony, but nothing there. So Bethany tells her grandfather that her dad needs to remove. Okay, guys, I'm going to let us watch this skit here with Bethany having a word with our grandfather. Let's see what granddad does. But Bethany should have her own money. But it's the principle of what the dad is doing. It's not to hurt Bethany, but he still have to do it to let Greg.
And life insight, maybe. I mean, the stuff that's going on, the drama between me and Greg, the lawsuit and everything with the office. Dad suspending us, without pay. It just feels like a very irresponsible business decision. It's really gonna have some, I don't know, it's gonna create some more issues in the business. I wanted to get your insight on it.
Well, what I'm seeing is you and Greg is going to have to get your act together. And I've been watching, and your dad's got a difficult job, very difficult job. He's got all the properties. He's over all the properties. He's got to try to make the right decisions at the right time. Don't always make people happy.
Right.
So I'm thinking right now, maybe suggesting that you and Greg, and maybe even your dad, I'm not sure yet, go to anger management school, because you're fighting all the time. You're fighting all the time.
We are fighting.
We can't have that. We can't have that in the family. We can't have that in the business, because this along other people's going to see it.
No, I
and it's going to affect not only you and Dad and Greg, but it's going to affect the tenants in their buildings.
Yeah.
They can see it. I mean, I see some of it open, right out in the open. You're arguing about, you and Greg arguing among yourself, and they said, "What family can't even get along?"
Yeah. Well, that's been a concern of mine for a while, which I brought up to Dad about Greg. But when we switched buildings and moved things around, it did get better for a little bit, and then the lawsuit happened. But Dad making this decision to remove us completely and then move Matt from Buckhead over to the Clayton County.
Bethany is still not taking accountability for what she's doing, as we can see there. Bethany, only concern is that they're moving their Bruges cousin into where she's at, and she wants to still have access to getting pay. She wants her pay. But pretty she doesn't know. I think the reason why the dad did that, I think it's two reasons, guys. And I'll let you guys in on it. And I'd like your advice on that also. Number one, Lynette, them can't let him lose his license because he called in a favor to get Lynette arrested, right? It was never Lynette, Bethany that pressed the charges, that her father did that by doing a favor. And the second thing is, he also wanted Craig to stop the legal action against the sister. But he wants, third, he wants the legal action to be happen with Lynette, because Lynette is not part of the family, right? So it's Bethany and her brother plays in the sandbox, and they fight all the time, even into adulthood, and she busts up her brother's face, and that's okay, because that is children fighting. But with Lynette and they're adults, it's not their babies in the sandbox anymore. They're actually adults doing these things that not supposed. So she here, Bethany, needs to go to the anger management for real. She beat up her brother all the time, and they're adults. And then her mouth get her beat up with Lynette, and she provoke her. Yes, Lynette shouldn't have, but when you're human, So Lynette should have restrained herself from doing that, but Bethany caused it. And the two of them were going at it. It's like she was helpless and she wasn't doing the same, throwing fists too. They were both throwing hands, So at the end of the day, she caused it on herself. She go walk around town, troubling people, being nasty to people, even in the parking lot, anywhere she goes, she just cause issues. So for sure, yes, she does need to go to anger management, and she does need help to find out why she is the way she is. Because it looks like if she's beating up her brother from a young age, that means that she have issues. Like Kiki. Did you guys see what Kiki did sell the dogs? Oh God, we have to light up the situation. Kiki sold the dog. Oh my God, let me see what you guys are saying here. Where was I? Jesus, I don't believe Amber is going to this, because Dave, he takes care of Sheila completely. Oh, yes, we read that one. Let's do this one. Anthony is constantly wearing the t-shirt. Yes, we read that one. I think maybe it was this one. Amber still think Anthony is cheating. I think I did that one. Larry asks for legal separation. Yes, I think this one was it. That's what I've noticed. Oh, that she wore the trench coat back. Yeah, this was what I was looking for. That's what I've noticed too. That she wore the trench coat back home. She's trying to irk Anthony to get his attention to see if he really loves her. Oh boy, that's a wrong way. Of go out and do, but I expect your husband to behave like he love you. So in what way? That would have made that man upset even more. Marianne. By God, Amber is too, but no, no, no. She is naughty bad. She more than past naughty. But that's what I tell you now. When a woman heart is broken and she done, and you make she change from you, she will become so vicious, worse than what you ever did to her. She gonna do, and it's over. God can. Amber is on a collision course right now, and his God can only help her from the final destruction that she's gonna put on herself, really and truly. Marion, remember Amber said she wanted a baby or whether it's God as for her. Yes, I remember that, Marion. Amber and Diane says Amber is moving recklessly, seeking around with Dave behind Anthony's back. Definitely, Andrea says don't want Amber to get pregnant for Anthony because she would have to complete with Shayla. Mm, she wouldn't be completing with Shayla. No, she would not, sis. She would not be completing with Shayla. So I want her to be pregnant for her husband and stay in her marriage than having this affair. I think it was around the beginning of April. It was a meeting with Shayla and Amber. She got mad. She invited Tamera to the lunch date. Yes, that was when. Happy Sunday, Gigi. Gigi says Amber needs to understand two wrongs. Don't make it right. Absolutely correct. And Anthony, we have to go to God, confess our repeat of our sins before God can really restore their marriage. Yes, they have to. But Amber on her collision course or something dramatic have to happen for Amber to really get shaken up that she have to go to God. Trust me. Love is not enough for a marriage to work. No. You have to work on it. They love each other, but it's not for you have to work on it for the marriage to work. Love alone can't do it. There has to be compromises, there have to be boundaries, there have to be many, many things for it to work. And Twyla says, I think Amber and Anthony are mirroring image of one another, and that is part of their problem. Definitely. I totally agree with that. Amber and Shayla was having lunch for the podcast. Yes, Andrea, correct. And then Gigi says, Marian, good morning. Amber did tell Anthony she wants a baby. When he asked her, and she says, if God's willing, because they've been trying and she haven't gotten pregnant, she said. Yes, a lot of parents don't put uh, uh, their kids on BCP, birth control. Thank you. And Twyla says, US Amber fans are seeking her for she true self, and it's not looking good. You can't be the pot calling the kettle back. Exactly. So remember, all of you guys wanted her on this podcast. I said she shouldn't be on the podcast. Now, let's see why we don't want her on the podcast. Because whatever is done in that gonna come and open, and we think it's gonna be Shayla's downfall. Trust me, guy. It looks like they're gonna make it be Amber's because Wayne just mentioned I want that on the podcast. Whatever she's doing, let it come out and because he wants to milk and make millions after her. If Amber were pregnant with Anthony baby, she would not have to compete with Shayla. At least Anthony change would make Amber a priority. Yeah, he would. Remember him says to her in the kitchen, I will be the man that you want. He was sincere and I felt it. He was, but it was too early for him to go. Anthony needs to go to God first to fix him before he can go to his wife. And he needs to forgive before he can forgive him wife because there's gonna be a lot of things come out about Amber him not gonna like. It's gonna be horrible. Good morning, Sharon. Happy Sunday, everyone. Good morning, happy Sunday, everyone. And Sharon, thank you, Janet. And Diane says, Amber forget about God. She was only pretending to be holy because if she was truly godly woman, she would not be seeking around with Dave. She lost her way, Diane. That's all I can say. She wasn't pretending. She lost her way. And I think that's why I'm keeping asking. And they switched it so fast. But when a person is hurt, bitterness take over. And we're not making an excuse for her. Bitterness take over. And when bitterness take over, you become something that you're not. So now Amber have to go to God and ask for forgiveness and pray and repent of what she's doing and stop it. Yeah, for sure. That's a good statement there, Dion. And Gigi says, Wayne is such a hypocrite. That's why I really don't like watching this. He contradicts himself so much. We may not like what he said, Gigi. We may not like what he said, but it happened for real. Remember what Shayla said on the podcast. They write stuff that is really happening in real life, and a lot of people not gonna like it. I know that I really don't like to watch Shayla on podcasts or when she's doing her live or what. On the podcast, she wasn't too bad. But when she was on her live, I saw it and I didn't like the interaction with her fans, so I stopped. So I didn't. So, I don't like when, no matter what somebody say, they make you rude or whatever, but I do understand because sometimes that when error they get me upset and I will let it be known, says, no, don't do that. You know what I mean? And people say, oh, Sharon is being bad, but we're not being bad. We have feelings. So I do understand for her to get that way and be snappy. I understand that. But if she's just like that all the time, then it's not my cup of tea. But Amber, I love watching Amber live. I've never seen Amber disrespect a fans, never. I've seen Wayne on talk shows and, those like podcasts, but I've never seen him interacting with any fans to say he was disrespectful. I saw him with one of our content creator here. Her name again. I'm a member of his channel. I don't remember it. Dante. And he was nice. Everything, it seems like Wayne is down to earth. So that's nice. I can't wait to meet him, actually. I'd love to meet every single one of them that we talk about, we review on here. And then Gigi says, Twyla says, Gigi, to me, it's self-righteous to act like what you're not doing. No, it's okay. And what Anthony did to her, it's not even if the divorce is what you want. I understand. That's how it seems. I noticed when Amber is lying, she changes up her voice. Yes. And she scratch her head. Yes, you're right, Dion. And you also notice when Sunny is upset, Sunny starts shaking her leg really bad. Yes. And Ernestine cough. What does Anthony do? That's what I'm trying to remember. I keep on slipping my head. Twyla says, just because Amber feel this is what she wants, no turn back doesn't make her crop smell less. It's still wrong. She's lying. The same thing he did. Exactly. She's doing exactly what Anthony's doing, and she's doing it very well. That's what I'm saying. A woman can play the game just as a man. Only thing we do it better. Gigi. Amber never says what she is doing was okay. She actually told her husband, I'm mirroring you and you don't like what you see. You admit in so many words. I'm listening to this skit. Yes, Gigi. Yes. Absolutely correct. We have to pick up the pieces. Like when Wayne told her that yellow man is crazy. He's kidnapped me and everything for you. Oh, yes, yellow man. Even she says you're yellow behind. That's what she called Anthony. You're yellow behind. Who is Wayne that Amber has to tell the truth to? I'm glad that she kept her business to herself. Of course. Did she ever tell Wayne that Wayne, if she ever confirmed that with Wayne, he would tell everybody. I'm speaking of God. Would not complete understanding Wayne writers. Love to throw Amber character under the bus. I get that clearly. Yes, definitely. And Twyla says, when Amber saw Trey, she had a self-righteous she had a real self-righteous attitude to me and had to be put in her place by Trey. Yes. Yes, she had to. But if she stand on business, she would have still tell Ernestine. Her dad said, you got to find your way back to God. Yes. And she will. Sharon, I was speaking about the past when Amber Erica was all dating Wayne. Yeah, I know, Gigi. He chose Erica to try to have a relationship with her, not Amber. Okay, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Gigi. And it says, it is true that the real character Shayla is having a difficult time as a villain. So that's why Amber has become the villain now. Yes, it is true. Yeah. And I think that's why they throw it onto Amber right now. Errol says, Sharon, Amber has denied Dave 3 times now. First to Anthony, her father, and now Wayne. That shows that she is not ready to leave Anthony's house. Yes, Errol. Yeah. So the final thing, she has to stay at home. And then if you deny the fact 3 times, yeah. Marian says, I don't think Ernestine Pillar talk Trey said he saw the picture previously, Amber wedding picture. Okay. All right, we'll see. But he's okay, okay, I got you, I got you, I got you. All right. And to Annette, that's very interesting. You say the character is having a time, will be in the villain. From what I understand, people watches the actress Instagram and she seems to strive and being a villain. Oh yes, you mean Shayla? Yeah, she does. She does. But I was hearing allegedly rumors that it was becoming difficult for her. That's what I was hearing. Yeah, allegedly. We just have to say allegedly. Okay. She wants me to show you guys her. There she is. Hi, Mama. You see how big she is? There she is. She's my granddaughter. Yeah, she is my granddaughter, darling. Yeah, so she wants to be seen. And the actress need to talk to Wayne and his writer and have her actual change because she still is very self-centered, more hungry individual. We have to be careful what we see on here. Remember, we can't bash them because them act right. Eh, just be mindful when we put it in the comments because they do have people watching our page. So, be nice. That's all I'm saying. But I do understand. Just put allegedly. All right, darling, when you say anything. Yeah. I think if Ernestine found out that Amber knows about Trey and doesn't let her know, she will tell Anthony about Dave. I like this, Dion. So now the writer is going to make Amber lose another friend. So that means she's not going to be having, she don't have nobody. So when she loses it all, Amber has to go to God. Yeah, has to go to God for sure. Jesus said, of course, not. And Tamera doesn't like Amber. But remember, Gigi, that Amber and her had a moment when she was feeling down. She actually confided in Amber. Amber was supposed to meet up with Dave that day, and she stays and to have a talk with Tamera. So I think everything will be okay. And she said, remember, Amber was pregnant for Anthony before. And because of Shayla Anthony, she lost the baby. I remember, I can never forget seeing that blood run down her leg. Can never forget that. Thank you, sis. And Twyla says, Wayne asks Amber about her business because of the dynamics they have always had. Plus, I surprised she didn't tell him she usually get old water, LOL, but good for her. Yes, she shouldn't have told. I wish she have not told Ernestine anything either. And I wish she wasn't at the affair either. Sabrina says, but Amber only assumed he has cheated. I believe Amber wants to be with Dave to spite Anthony. He really needs to step up and save his wife from destruction. That's why they're having him wear that shirt. God have a plan. And we're going to trust the process. Every time we see something going bad with Amber, we're just going to call her out on it, but we're going to say, God have a plan, trust the process. That's all we can say, guys. That's all we can say. Thank you, Sam. And then Gigi says, Tamera needs to let Wayne see her moving on. He needs to fight for her. That will make the relationship. Yes, Gigi, I like this. This is absolutely correct. That's what I would like her to do. Annette, I hope that happened. That's what I'm looking for. Baby Dalton was straightening and repairing of their marriage for sure, Gigi. And Marian says, Anthony has stopped taking care of Shayla completely. You can't say you want your wife while still taking care of another woman. We need him to put himself number one on child support and only support the child, not Sheila. I was rooting for Wayne and Honeypot. Me too. I really was. Oh, but I think the reason why they got rid of her is to throw us off for us to think. I think he's gonna throw his hat in the ring too. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, and we're gonna leave it at there. He's throwing his hat in the ring because he said to her, "Let me know when the divorce is final." Amber needs God as well and counseling because she really got Dave on the brain. Yes, she have love on the brain. I wish I could sing, guys. Oh my goodness, if I start singing, this would just keep shattered. Gigi says, Sabrina, that was frustrating me about Anthony. He isn't capable of fighting for his wife, or he just want God to do it for him. He's gonna have to learn, G. He has to learn. He has to learn. Janet says, Marian West, I agree. Stop taking care of Shayla. He has to stop taking care of Shayla. He has to put. I'll respect him if I see him put himself on
property. He's not gonna be able to handle that, Dad. Yeah, Papa, and Dad thinking that he's going to be able to have that smooth transition, make things work, make the numbers, even.
As far as Matt's concerned, I think he's capable of learning.
Okay, so I guess she's just whining about not taking her spot. She doesn't really care, you know what I mean? She just getting sad that her dad did what he did. But
Maybe you start putting one on.
He's so mean. He wants Craig to throw out the lawsuit. That's all. And he couldn't just Momo, leave me alone, please. Go for your. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, look at this. Did anybody tell me?
I'm not a great gardener, but luckily I got.
My mind just tell me to come around here. It's good for me to listen to my mind at times, guys. It never let me down.
Pro mix on my side for this. I'm talking.
No, you're being naughty. Go to your brother. Go look for him. Grandma is busy right now. Come on, Steve.
Don't go get one bag at a time. I got you. Oh, yeah, you got it.
She's angry. That's
Don't talk to me.
What you mean?
Wayne, don't talk to me.
What's your problem, man?
You don't think I saw that?
So what?
You disrespectful. You gonna sit here and talk to Amber while I'm in the house? While
Man,
I'm here? You couldn't wait
man.
until I left?
Man, I ain't. Listen, you called me this morning to say you come get your stuff. She was already.
Man,
We was
Wayne,
talking about.
I don't want to
business.
hear it. I don't want to hear it. I listened to you talk all day yesterday. Tell me everything that I did wrong. And then the next day,
Man,
we ain't even been over for 24 hours. The next day, y'all out here talking.
man, what you? Man,
You
we
couldn't
ain't
wait
talking
for
about
me to
nothing.
leave, Wayne?
Man, if you think if I really was talking to that girl about something like that, I would have told her to come in. I knew
don't
you
know
was coming.
what to think because you didn't know that I was coming.
Hey,
You could have
man.
called her, asked her to come over, whatever. I came to come get my stuff.
Listen here.
You know what?
You
Wayne?
think I listen here?
I don't want to
everything,
hear
man.
nothing
Man,
that you got to
listen
say.
here.
I
Oh my
heard
God,
everything
thank
that you said.
Thank you.
yesterday.
I'm so glad. I would never
Man,
get a
thank
relationship
you,
ever
thank you,
again.
Thank you.
I would
don't
never get a
care.
relationship
That's
again.
fine. That's good for you.
Man, you think
That's
I'm in a
good for
really?
you because you don't need to be
Man,
in a
I don't talk to
relationship.
that girl,
You're
man.
disrespectful.
I don't talk to that
You're
girl, man.
disrespectful, Wayne. Because you couldn't even wait for me to leave.
What you talking about?
Man, whatever.
Hey,
If
Tamera,
you think that I don't see what's going on?
Tamera, you think
you
if I was, you
that
think if I
don't
was really,
see what's going on,
man, can
you
let
really
me?
think that I'm stupid? No, I let you talk. I let you do all your talking. I don't want to hear
boy.
it.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me what else I did wrong.
Huh?
Tell me what else I did wrong.
Hey, man, first of all,
Because
you
I
put your
came
hand
here to
on
get my.
my.
I don't care. I don't care no
Oh, my
more.
God, I'm so
I
glad.
don't care no more.
I'm so
That's
glad.
fine.
I'm glad.
That's fine.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, God. Thank you, God. Exactly.
Because this the real
exactly.
you. This the real you.
This is the real me.
This the real you.
You gonna push my buttons
Nah,
and then tell me that this is
This
the real
you.
me.
So you said I can't talk to somebody that.
Momo is making too much and I start to mute myself. Okay, guys. So how are you guys feeling about Tamera accusing him? You see what assumption is a comfort to a fool. They don't have enough information but they are assuming, Amber assuming Anthony is cheating. So she went and did the unthinkable to get back at her husband and asked for a divorce. I'm trying to end that poll, but it won't. Like say it freezes. And then Tamera now has lost her mind. So yes, it's out in the open. Okay, let me come back up and see what you guys talking about. Let me just scroll this screen up so we can see. Let's become here. So Sharon, what was happening on the live with the fans with Shayla? Oh, she was being disrespectful and rude to them. And I just came off. She was really snappy and they were asking some stuff. I came on and I just witnessed that and I just came off. So I didn't really stay for the full interaction. Shayla is this yes, she was. When they were saying that the baby is for Anthony, is not for Anthony, and she was telling them off good and proper. And it says, Wayne is going to use Amber to get high views and more money. Yes, that's what he's going to do at the podcast. Devin says, Errol says, Amber never said Dave was the one when he asked if she would ever get married again. She said no. Amber was being, look here. Amber is playing a game with Dave. That's all I can tell you because our Amber is strong and she's smart. For her to says whatever to get sympathy from him is a game Amber playing. Trust me. Anthony cares. Clear his throat when he lies. Yes, Marian. Thank you. I know Amber, Bridget will her hands them together or she itch her head. Or she don't look you in the eye. Amber will probably be the eye spade on the podcast. He told Amber to stick with him. Yes. And thank you. And Errol says, Marinus, if son, why is Amber sleeping with Dave and she don't even know him? People sleep with people all the time, Errol, without knowing them. Ernestine isn't the best friend to Amber anyway. Exactly. New skit, the honey pot check Wayne about Amber. Yes. So you guys was on it. Thank you, darling. Yes, thank you, Mariana, because if they all the way down, we never see. News Kittle on a patch check. Wayne, thank you, Sabrina. It's on the screen. Wayne will probably get Sarah and the podcast. It looks so. Era, yes. Why is she sleeping with someone she don't know? That is what Wayne was trying to tell her. Okay, thank you, thank you. Wayne knows Anthony will fight for his wife, so Dave, beware. Mr. Dalton, we will ready for you or anyone else and we too, Annette, we are going to help him fight Dave. And Marion said, Dave doing the thing Anthony wasn't doing for the past 2 years. Okay. You see Wayne, you see Ron, you see Eman, you see Anthony. Those 4 men and Brody. Those 5 men and Mike. 6 men and what else? Other person is still doing for that woman is Ralphie. Amber told Dave what was happening in her life. Okay, ladies, I just want you to come out of your feelings and just think logically in real life. What would really happen in real life? Think about it. You must have a friend, a siblings, know a neighbor, or know somebody, or even a co-worker going through something similar like this. The woman is vulnerable. She's talking to another male, or it could be a male vulnerable talking to a female. That person is going to tell that individual how they are feeling. You're going to decompress. You're going to tell them all that's going on within your house. That's why Wayne said, whatever happened in your house, stay in your house. But Amber didn't leave her dirty laundry in the house. She'd bring it to Dave, and she tell Dave. Remember, Dave said he don't big business with pleasure. That is why my Melissa looked like didn't get involved because he doesn't miss business with pleasure. But when it comes to Amber, he wrote that rule book and he did it with Amber. Amber, play a victim. I'm sorry to say, guys, don't come at me, but just call it as it is. And she tells this man what is actually going on in her house. She never tells her husband. Remember, I keep on telling you guys, Amber needs to lay her cards out on the table, and Anthony needs to do that also. Okay? Amber told Dave what was happening. This is why Amber was able, this is why Dave was able to do the things Anthony is not doing for her, because she let another man know. And when another man see you and he wants you, he's going to listen to every single thing you're saying, and he's going to do it and make sure that you pick him, because he's going to start doing the stuff that you're telling your husband not doing, or your lover or your wife, whatever, not doing. That man or that woman is going to do it. Just remember, when you're watching these skits, take out your feelings out of it. Just like what Anthony says, when you're doing business, and just think logically, guys. Even when you go to the theater and you're watching a movie, you're thinking, and you can even tell what's going to happen if you think you watch the scene as it progresses. You understand? So when you watch that, then you will come to the right conclusion. Trust me. And that is exactly what Dave is doing. Dave is not a prince in shining armor. He is a prince in sheep clothing. I agree, Sharon. It doesn't mean we don't love Amber, but we are gonna call her out on what she's doing wrong. Definitely. I don't think Wayne fights for any woman. No, he doesn't. Gigi, I agree. Twyla, I'm rooting for Wayne and Tamera as well. I'm rooting for her too. Gigi, I understand what you're saying, but I wish you would have sought counsel instead of cheat. Exactly, Diane. I would have rather Amber does that. But when that woman is scorned, that's exactly what they do. She tell him that she was bitter. And he told her, you let the enemy in. And who is the enemy? Him. And her flesh. That's the enemy. Her flesh was the enemy. And she gave in to the flesh because she did give in to desire, because she desired him and she give in to that. That's what happens. Diane is real, like Christian woman. Get fed up when God is moving swiftly enough. That's way we want, and we get into our flesh and start making selfish decisions like Amber is doing. Exactly, Gigi. Exactly. It happened. It's even in the church, even anywhere. Bethany always want things to work out in her. Yeah, Bethany need help. She seriously need help. But I think the only time Bethany, I'm gonna answer that question with Gigi. The only time Bethany is going to come to a realization of her action is when she actually faces consequences. Her dad has never given them consequences, but when Bethany gets consequences with the law, if Greg continue with it, then Bethany will learn. Trust me. He doesn't know how to fight. All he ever dealt with is strippers, and he pays them control with dollars. That's what you will learn, darling. Once you know, when God is in the midst, anything is possible. Just remember, Mary, trust the process. Yeah, we just have to trust the process that he will change from his wicked ways. And I know, if anybody not aware, she's talking about Mr. Dalton. Twyla, that's what I wanted, Dave, to respect Amber marriage and wait to get involved. Exactly. You see if him did wait, Gigi? More that's he is the stand-up guy. But he is what in sheep clothing. Remember the first part of that thing. Anybody remember it? Put it in the chat. They have always catered to Bethany, yeah. And Bethany need consequences. Trust me, like how he's giving Lynette consequences, Bethany also needs it. And her brother is doing the right thing. He loves his sister, but his dad never, the parents have never given her consequences. She always get away with it. So this is why when she get the consequences, I think Bethany will learn and get the anger management that she needs and counseling. Hi Mary, that's what's wrong with Bethany. Her father hated to her. Maybe I need cater to her. Larry asked cater to her also. And he tries tired of it. Bethany has to get her weight and everything. Yeah, she need her consequences. Yeah, definitely. And Mary, I'm glad she saw it. All the snakes, that's Shayla Nasty. Heads up, that's who she is going to talk to. Yeah, she ain't gonna talk to Amber anymore. OMG, understand what Tamera is coming from. She is in her feelings. We see another woman at our main house. We just broke up. Yeah, I don't want to hear it out of my face. Yeah, She's not thinking logical now, but she's thinking that he's moving on to Amber. But you see, Amber assuming, Tamera is assuming. Yes, it's all out in the open. And when you know Amber has always been sensitive subject in your relationship because what Shayla has said about Amber and you, about Amber and you. Did I read that? When you know Amber has always been a sensitive subject in your relationship. Yes. I got it. Thank you, darling. I wasn't reading it right. Thank you, G. Let's play the rest of this.
I'm in business with. Yeah, me and this
Y'all
girl
was
do
talking
not.
about business?
Yeah.
That's what y'all was doing.
Yes.
You think I believe that?
I know you don't. I don't care what you believe, but
You
it's the
think I
truth.
believe that?
Listen, you think if I was talking to somebody, I would bring to him while I know you here getting your stuff? Think
I
about
don't
that.
know what you would do. I don't know you. Because all of this feels like out of the blue. Very convenient for you. The next day, Amber in our driveway. Your driveway, excuse me. I don't trust you. I don't know what to think. You got me thinking that I did all this stuff wrong.
We're going to be doing this podcast and stuff together. Amber part of that, and that's business.
That's fine. Y'all was sitting here talking about the podcast. I could, look, what you need to talk about? I'm a part of it too.
You was in the house,
But you two were having a private conversation.
If you seen us out here, why didn't you come out? Instead of coming here like a goddamn Power Ranger.
Because I wanted to calm myself down. I came out here. I didn't say nothing to you, but you coming over here, you running your mouth. I don't want to hear it. I heard everything that you have to say, and that's fine.
You call her a Power Ranger. Can you believe that? Up with her boat like a Power Ranger. Oh my goodness, she asked Wayne, was he still in love with Amber? Oh my God. And it's the Lord of mercy, Tamera. Find her voice today, yes. But it's the wrong way, Instant, the Wayne honeypot was hilarious. Yep. Sabrina, I know that's right, girl. Bye. And he's going to put Amber in charge of the podcast. Oh boy. She's not in the pod. Wait there, but me go back at the end here. Let's see. We just pull it down a little bit.
You like to hit my elbow. You like to hit my elbow for real. You like to hit my elbow now.
What?
You like to hit my elbow. No, hit my elbow. I need it.
Oh boy, poor Wayne and Tamera. The lovers are in turmoil. Guys. My goodness. Oh well, that's the end of her. We're gonna get paid to let's see. Okay, Tamera, Wayside, he ain't never get in another relationship. That's what he said. I need to be convinced that Anthony will fight for Amber. I love you. I'm sorry. It is no fighting. He has to, no man. Gigi, Anthony have to come correct, man. And when he come correct, we will be proud. Right now, in just with my fingertip there, right up there, so. Right up there, so. In just there, right on the edge of my fingertip. Him not even touch that boy. They need. Him need we to teach him. Yeah, man. Him need to come correct. Oh well, that's the end of her. See that? So you don't like her, see that? Oh Lord! In real life, this happened to her sister of mine. She told that guy what was going on in her marriage of 22 years. He used that to get close to her, if you know what I mean. Exactly. Gigi, I know these things, pumpkin. It may not happen to me, It not happen to me, but I have been around people that I've seen and I learn from those mistakes from people that, acquaintances, female that these things happen to. I used to model too, Oh boy, I'll talk to you guys about it another time. Sharon, the man that my sister told her business to ended up becoming her man. She found out he was still married and she had fell in love with him. It was a mess. Oh my God, Gigi. You see? So you guys understand now what is happening with Dave and Amber. It's real life stuff. That is why Shayla said, you see, when they're on these podcasts, we need to tune into those things so we can pick the nuggets them out of what they're saying. You understand? Yes. How is she doing, by the way? How is your sister doing, by the way? Because that is really a hurtful thing. And he is such a lying snake. Look what he did to your sister. Become her man, and she found out. Yeah, he break her heart. Tamera will. I'm so sorry to hear, Gigi. Tamera will definitely be Shayla. That she and Amber at Wayne. Oh yeah, she going to tell. Oh yeah, and then Shayla is gonna tell Anthony. If she tell Anthony, because right now Shayla wants Amber friendship so much, but maybe not because she keeping the 5,000 a secret. The same way Amber told Shayla what she was going on in her marriage, she used it to hook up with Anthony and with my yes, Gigi. Exactly. That's exactly. That is why I say Shayla start cleaning the countertop and have Anthony looking at her wearing those little short little things. And those, you notice how Shayla, girls them always have to be up on display. I wonder if Honey Pat is gonna quit the podcast. We'll see. Amber gave him the playbook and they've used it. Yes, exactly, Janet. Just like how Amber gave Shayla the playbook to her husband. We can't blame number. We can't blame nobody but Amber. Right now, we cannot. We love you, Amber, but Amber is the destruction in our own marriage. Trust me. I'm sorry to say it, a lot of people have come for me, but Amber is the reason why a lot of these things happen. If she never tell Shayla and she never tell Dave, none of this would have been happening. So now Dave is doing what she tell him. And remember, there's a Melissa factor ain't gonna come into play next. It's gonna be a mess. When you guys think it's gonna be Shayla downfall on that podcast, trust me, it's gonna be Amber's. And who is gonna be able to save Amber? Anthony. When I thought it was gonna be Amber save Anthony, it was gonna be Anthony save Amber, I think. I think that's where it's gonna go, guys. Look at it good and let me know if if you agree with me, let me know. But I think it's gonna go that way there, guys. I'm in church here and Gigi, they at church at the prayer for you just as bad as me. That's why the pastor says man cancel man and woman counsel woman, no opposite pose to give advice. It caused confusion. Definitely. He's a regular man in disguise. He's doing the opposite of what Anthony is doing. Yeah. And that making Amber feel good. Dave is a player. He's going to switch up on Amber. He started already with our eye contacts. Come on, man. Annette, say me and you see the nugget right and right away. He start with the eye. A lot of people say, "Oh no, it's the control," but trust me, it's coming. Oh, she had been sleeping with Anthony. I don't think she would have given in to Dave so easily. Darling, that's why she stopped sleeping with Anthony. She stopped sleeping with Anthony because of Dave. That's why she gave in so easy, because she wanted Dave. Honey Pot gave Wayne a mouthful. Yes, she did, Marian. And Twilight says, they're bringing up Bethany father's heart. I wonder, will there be court proceeding be stopped by him having an heart attack? We'll see. That's a good point, Twilight. That's a good point because it's not the first time they're doing it. Hello, Miss Spectal, welcome in. She's already had put in her mind that Amber still wants Wayne. Yeah, she already have that because she already put in her head. And Eros says, because Amber told her that she's a little bit jealous to see how Wayne is treating her, but she needs to take her insecurity out of that situation. Tamera. Yeah, she need to get her if she wasn't insecure, none of that nonsense. She would have back then on Wayne right now. Yeah. Eros says, O'Neill yesterday, how come Dave didn't introduce Amber to his friend? Yeah, I noticed that. But just make it pass because I'm not really interested in Dave, so I'm never care less if you introduce her or not. You know what I mean? I didn't care less. Mary, so the podcast is going to be a hot mess. They all are going for the same thing, really. Yes, Mary, it's gonna be a mess for sure. And Annette says, I didn't like the character Dave from first day he came in. I appreciate all of them. They all are doing an absolutely brilliant job. Thank you, darling. They are. We must say, Amber is really killing this, unaliving this role for real. Oh my God. Dion says, and Dave is definitely a player. That's the reason he always has the glasses on. Yes, he's not showing his eyes. At Davis for not introducing Amber to his friend yesterday really shows that he's playing games with Amber. She is going to learn the hard way. Yes, Era, she is. Gigi says, I do believe Wayne Love Tamera called in our a Power Ranger. I know that was hilarious. At least he's trying to put comedy into the situation because it's really is. Yeah, Aaron Amber is an ex. And Errol, I was just telling them what you said. Okay. Because she hyped up Power Ranger, she just knows he wants Amber. Oh, Mary. Wayne is so funny. The Power Ranger comment was funny. It was. And Janet Dave is the devil. Mama Brenda was talking about. Did you see Amber body language? Wayne said that if she is divorcing her, yeah. Anthony Dunn sold Anthony them wolf ticket before he need to help God counseling. Yeah. Sharon, she had to get counseling to be honest, to get back into the word of God, to give her strength, real life situation. She is doing wonderful. Okay. Okay, thank you, darling. Yeah, she's doing wonderful. Yeah, me know. She have to get back into the word. Right, Gigi. Right, right. You're absolutely correct there. Era, yes, I was watching on that Amber body language. Her dad should have prayed over her. You know what? Even if him pray over her, Amber still gonna do what Amber have to do. This is her journey, and she has to overcome it by herself. Nobody, I tell you, when this podcast gets started, all of Amber dirty secret is gonna come, and we gonna think say Shayla, Amber, and God have a plan, and the only person I gonna be able to save Amber is Anthony. Yeah, that's why you should never speak to the opposite sex when you are vulnerable in a current relationship. Nowadays, you can't trust anybody. You can't even talk to a female to female, and you know all societies now. You can talk to male to a male. It doesn't matter who it is. As long as the person have integrity and it's a counselor, it's good to talk to that person. You know, or if you have a close friends, but nowadays close friends is hard to find a very good friend. But God will put the right person in Amber path for Amber to overcome this. But it's going to be her husband, it looks like to me. I don't think Anthony will save Amber. All right. Thank you, Marian. I think he will. But I'll keep your opinion. I like that. I like that opinion of yours also. I'll remember, Marian, you said it. And you can say, Sharon, you said that, but you're wrong. Or you will come back and say, Sharon, you're right, you know, but we'll see. We'll see. But I like that. I like that, darling. Thank you. Miss Fatal said the writer are doing exactly what they need to do. They're gonna mess up and fix it. They better make it right because they should have fixed it before they make Amber accept Anthony back. Anthony will definitely save his wife and baby. Of course he will. I think he will. I think he will, guys. And I'm trusting the process. That's why I said it's gonna be Anthony. Because remember what he said in the kitchen when the father, remember the father says, look here, Anthony, you take that woman heart and you chop it up in pieces and you put it in the blender and you stir it around and turn on the blender and it crush it, make it puree, you know what I mean? And then he pour it out and then he accept poor Amber now to pick it up and then save their marriage. No, he is gonna be the one now have to pick up that heart and he has to put it all back together. You understand? So it has to be Anthony. Yeah, and we're gonna be happy. Annette, that is correct. A thirsty woman or a thirsty man in the street. Amber should have got counseling, yeah. Maybe it's a God thing if Dave ghosted her. Yeah. But he's not going to. He gets what he wants and he's going to continue because they're going to do it over and over. We may not like it until Amber come to our senses. Anthony will save Anthony and his baby. And thank you, Annette. I know what you meant, that Anthony will save him. Amber. Amber wasn't trying to meet his friend. She went after tea. You mean Trey. Tamera got it wrong today. Yeah, just like Amber. Sheila is going to tell Anthony what Tamera told her about Amber and Wayne, not even 24 hours. Let's see. Mary, let's see if that happens. I'll say Mary called that one. Anthony will save Amber and their baby. God got a plan. Yes, yes, Annette. I realized what you did. That was a typer. I know. I make that all the time. At this point, I don't care if Anthony and Amber get back together or not. Whether message they wanna put out is cool with me. All right. Thank you, Twyla. Thank you for your output, your input. Thank you, darling. I was saying Anthony sold Amber Wolf tickets before. Yes, Janet. And don't think Tamera gonna run and tell Sheila. Let's see. Let's see. I think she's gonna confront Amber though. Tamera. No, and Tamera, I think she will. Chan says, "Good afternoon, Sharon. Hope you're having a blessed day. I'm having fun with you guys, actually. You guys are here with me." Miss Fatal says, "Dave is not the devil that Mama Brenda was talking about. Everyone that come into Amber life can be the devil that Mama Brenda was talking about." Miss Fatal, it's the enemy. It's not the devil that come into Amber's life. Amber let the flesh. So the enemy is the flesh, her flesh. And she gave in to that because she wasn't in her word. Yeah, that's what I believe, Miss Fetal. That's what happened. All right, guys, we have a wonderful live. Thank you, guys. Remember to hit the like button when you come in, and I will be back on at 4:30 or 4:40, depends, you know. But I do appreciate you guys, and I love every single one of your comments. They're awesome, and trust me, one of you guys, or maybe majority of us on here, gonna get it right, and we're gonna celebrate. All right. So have a fabulous day. If anything you guys want me to watch, Alani always send me something in my chat. Sometimes Alani, when I'm in my studio and I see the message, I only can click. If you're here, I can only click on the like button and the little thumb up. But sometimes it works that I can send a message, another time it doesn't work. I have no idea how to function, how that function work really and truly. But I'll ask O'Neill. And thank you guys. Have a pleasant day, and I'll see you guys back at 4:30. I hope you guys enjoy this live. I try my best to this live like some of the nuggets that we are seeing, but you guys is on to something. You guys have lots of interesting takes. I love it. What Miss Fatal is saying, I think the devil. Okay, thank you, Miss Fatal. Have a blessed Sunday, everybody. All right, bye for now. Later, everyone. Have a blessed Sunday. Thank you. Bye bye.